That's right. That's right. It's another fucking podcast, another fucking episode of the Drunk Banthas Nerds at Night Thursday show. It's the Bantha Punch Show. And I am your host, your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill. And we in there, bitch. We in this bitch. That's right. That's right. You know what we got going on here. It's a motherfucking podcast, the best podcast in the universe, number one podcast in late night, and also the number one podcast in your favorite YouTuber's heart. Well, that's me. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry. Hit the guitar button on accident. Yeah, man, what's happening? Shout out to everybody who's watching. We really appreciate y'all. Anybody who's watching from all the platforms. Drunk Banthas channel, Nerds at Night. We got it going on from Instagram on the Drunk Banthas Instagram. And also go over to Nerds at Night Instagram and give that a follow. We just started that one. It's nerds_at night, NITE. That's nerds_at night, NITE. Sorry, I might be hitting the mute button a lot tonight because I got a burp. And yeah, there ain't nobody else here to talk while I burp, so there's going to be some pauses, some mutes, just like that. So if you hear something and it sounds like nothing's happening, it's just me. It's just me coughing or burping. Talking turd. What up? Welcome to the Bantha Bunch Show. I don't know why that banner just came back up. Oh, I do know why that happened. Get out of here, banners. But yeah, as always, we got the Penny cam going. Shout out to Penny. Penny. Hey, shout out to you. You're on TV. How you feeling? What you got going on? Is it anything special you want to talk about today? Oh, yes, that's right. You're right, Penny. We want to talk about the 2024 election. Kamala Harris has joined the show. We're also going to talk about some nerd news, and we're also definitely going to talk about what's planned on the docket here. It says Louis C.K., the Louis C.K. documentary. It's called Sorry, Not Sorry. Yeah, we're going to get into the nitty gritty on that. And we're also going to be talking a little bit of news. You know what I'm saying? There's be stuff going on out here in the world. Forgive me if I get sidetracked. It's just been a long 24 hours. I've been working my ass off, but at least I'm getting some kind of notification and gratification from it. You know what I mean? And mostly it's you guys, you guys provide all the gratification and that I need to keep going every once in a while. I need a little boost. We all need a little boost in our lives. And you guys have been helping me out with that greatly. So make sure you keep it all going in the chat. Keep it all going in the comments. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Go out there and check out all the new content on both channels. It's really going down right now. I'm trying to tell you what Film Age says. What up, Bill? Shout out to Film Age. Shout out to Talk a Turd. I am interested to see the Milli Vanilli biopic. Well, hold up. See, we're going to have to go ahead and put that up on the docket. Maybe we'll get to that trailer and watch that because I that's the first time I'm hearing about that. So that'd be dope. What was I about to say? Right. Oh, so we got a little nerd news. We got a little bit of Oh man. So yeah, no, we got a little bit of film news. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to anybody who has gone out and seen Deadpool. As of this recording, Deadpool is out, and it is. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. If you have seen it and you are in the chat, please try to refrain from spoilers. If this just came out like 2-3 days ago, if you're watching now and this just came out like 2-3 days ago, please try to refrain from spoilers, at least until Monday when we talk about it on the Drunk Banthas podcast, every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, this is the Bantha Bunch Show. We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time ish. Sometimes it's 7:30, sometimes it's 7:15, sometimes it's 8 if it's really, really some issues going on behind the scenes. But mostly it's only gonna be late if I have to go get weed. And that's really, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. If I have to go get weed, we're gonna be a little late. Sometimes I don't have to go get weed because I have a wonderful brother who will help your boy out every once in a while and bring by the weed before he goes on his adventures of trying to get booty. So yeah, just let me know if you liked it. You can let me know if you liked the movie, but please, or if you hated it, but please try not to spoil anything. Talking Turd says my Marvel is 4 colors and 8 panels. Not a fan of Marvel movies. Okay, I get you. That's a clever joke there. I not a fan of Marvel movies. We can talk about that a little bit more. Yo, what up, fam? Talking Turd, I was supposed to send you a link. I'll send you a link next week. Talking Turd, we'll have you on the Bantha Bunch Show next week. Can't do it this week, but next week, look out for that invite. We'll send you the link, and if I haven't sent you the link, hit us up on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll send you the link, buddy. But yeah, shout out to the Fifth Bantha. What up, fam? He says, and I say, what up, fam, to you, brother. And Fifth Bantha says, I can't see it till Saturday. You're talking about Deadpool. That's a sad, sad story, my guy. I'm definitely going to see it tomorrow, 7 p.m. showing at Regal Cinemas. 40X, baby. 40X, baby. That's right. 40X. I need some ominous music. Me and Alex were talking about it the other day. Need some like ominous music. Like, this isn't ominous, right? This is just like, you know what I'm saying? I need some like real scary shit. Some shit that feels like some what do you call it? Some David Copperfield type stuff, you know? I need some, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe not David Copperfield, but I need some music like Christopher Nolan type music. You know what I mean? Like, man, that would be, yeah, that's what I really need. I said David Copperfield, forget David Copperfield. We need Christopher Nolan music. Fifth Bantha says we don't have all the DX. We don't have all the DX. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't for me. I don't have. Oh, Talking Turd. I don't have Insta, but I dropped you a message on Twitter. That's what's up. I'll check out Twitter. I haven't in quite some time. They basically told us we can't run our live streams on there anymore. So I've been pretty messed up and mad at Twitter. pretty fucking angry at them, they can actually suck an entire DAC. I'm not going to say too much stuff because YouTube doesn't like that. But I did say at the beginning of this that this is another fucking podcast. They don't like that either. Shout out to everybody who's watching from all the different platforms again, because Twitter was really like a monster for us. It was really bumping shit. It was like putting us in the forefront. We was getting like 200, 300 views on YouTube. On Twitter. And so I highly encourage everyone who is watching, if you're popping in and you plan on popping out, please just give us a like. It don't cost you nothing. If you would like to subscribe, if we funny enough, if we cool enough, if we chill enough, if our breath don't stink, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing, but it helps us get this podcast and other shows to everybody else out there in the world who is interested in hanging out and staying just as much as you did for a little while, even if it was just for a little while. So yeah, because it really helps us, man. Also, go check out some merch. We got some merch too. But yeah, I've stalled enough out here. Y'all don't care about most of the YouTube, like most of the news that I do. Y'all never care about that. So I'm gonna just kind of just move over a little bit over that. I do want to talk on one thing though, like when I say move over, I meant roll over. I'm gonna roll over and play dead or let you rub my stomach on this one on the news, the entertainment news, because like I like talking about the behind the scenes stuff. Like there's a lot of changes with studios trying to sell their stuff off, and now we got Warner Brother Discovery that is going through battles with the NBA, and they're making certain decisions ever since the last 4 years that they've been really struggling with. So, like Gunn was his name, the director, David Gunn. He's over there now, and that's also a direct result of a lot of the issues that they've been having. But in lieu of all of that, I'm going to talk a little bit about YouTube. See, YouTube's ad revenue growth has hit a speed bump, slowing from 21% in the first quarter to just 13% in the second quarter. If you don't know, financially, the year is broke up by quarters, by big companies, corporations, and, like anybody with a budget, hospitals, anybody, music, entertainment. Speculation points to new players like Amazon making a big push into television advertising. The e-commerce giants push into TV advertisement on Prime Video might be stealing YouTube's thunder. Prime just made it to where they even have commercials. Even if you pay for Prime, you still get commercials. And then if you have to upgrade to a whole nother tier, which I think that makes it 3 or 4 tiers of Amazon. And so, yeah, you have to go to this next tier to be able to watch things without commercials. And a lot of people are choosing to forego that extra charge and just watch the damn commercial. But what that's doing is it's opening up more of a lane for other advertisers to move from YouTube and or Google and still fuck with Amazon. They can split their product up. It helps the companies, but it doesn't really reflect well for YouTube. By the way, they're not hurting. YouTube is not hurting from this. But anyway, it says here, despite YouTube still being the go-to place for the most viewers and success, it's despite YouTube being still being the go-to place for most viewers and its success in wooing TV ad dollars, Amazon's got the edge. Content that feels more like traditional TV. It's it's a different flavor from YouTube's menu of creator content and short clips. As Amazon beefs up the sports offerings and Netflix dips its toes into a ad pool, the competition for ad dollars is getting fierce. YouTube's still ahead of the pack in ad revenue, but the race is tightening. We talked about it on this show before. YouTube is basically the only streaming service other than Netflix that makes any real money. Uh, uh, it's it's a struggle out there for a lot of these companies who are trying to base a lot of their entire existence on streaming right now. And the two companies that don't have to really compete with anybody are gonna be Amazon and YouTube. YouTube is Google for those who don't know, and Google prints money. They could start their own country and print their own money if they wanted to tomorrow. Um, they just wouldn't be able to be a part of the UN. But don't bump. Yeah, I don't have a. Do I have a? Do I have a kick? Do I have a thing? Anyway, the joke's over with. You know what? I give myself this. I messed up the joke by not even having it ready. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, the only two companies that can even really compete with Netflix are the two biggest companies who make all the motherfucking money: Google and Amazon. Amazon spends about like a quarter. Amazon and Google spend less than a quarter, or no, Amazon spends more than a quarter of their complete earnings on streaming, like video and stuff. They spend a little bit more than half, but Google spends about a quarter of what they like. Their funding, their revenue, I should say, comes in at about a quarter from YouTube. Everything else makes way more money. They make way more money off of everything else than they do YouTube. YouTube is a service that they provide because the people who created YouTube, had intentions for it that now, are the fruits. The fruit is bared right now. Like, look at us. We here right now watching YouTube. It was a great move for Google. Amazon moved to, from selling books to selling you everything. That was a great move for them. But they went to the video. That was a good move too. Doesn't make them a whole lot of money that affects their bottom line. What they're trying to do is take up all these ad revenue dollars so they can lock themselves in with television, because everybody seems to want television to go to streaming. In my opinion, they want television to go to streaming because they don't want you to go back to cable. Because if they go back to cable, then you know how many people are watching. Then you can actually say, hey, why did they say that? I don't know, name a fucking show. Why did they say Chicago Fire is the number one show in the world when I can clearly see that it wasn't the number one show? It was like the number 10 show that was watched last week. Can't do that with streaming. And that's why everybody's trying to move to streaming, because you can't prove nothing. But Nielsen and some other company are getting together to try to correct that. And so that's supposed to happen, at least, because that was a part of the agreement that they had during the writer's strike. Sorry, that was a cough break. If y'all know, let me know. But if I'm not mistaken, they went on strike to stop a lot of this shit from happening. So it begs you to ask the question, what the fuck did they go on strike for? What was the point of the strike? If we're not going to actually have anybody be held accountable, we're not actually getting anything better. They're talking about using AI voices and stuff still to this day. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Filmage said, "Oh shit, what happened to Warner Brothers?" Well, I'll tell you what happened to Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers, long story short, the executive of Warner Brothers Discovery said that he did not need, the company did not need the NBA going forward. They would survive without the NBA. Little known fact, if for the people probably watching this, you probably don't watch a lot of basketball if you're watching this, but if you do, then you know that since 1989, 1990, TNT has had basketball inside the NBA, the show Inside the NBA with Ernie and Kenny. That show's been on TV for more than 30 years. And then if you include Shaq and Kenny and Charles Barkley with Ernie, then that show's been on television for over 20 years with that cast. Dude. So now the NBA signed with NBC. You will be getting the NBA on NBC, like kind of like it was when we grew up. It'll be on on ESPN, and it will be on Amazon. Now, what I can tell you is the NBA will still be watchable, and in a package, you can get the Game Time app. You can get the package or whatever to where you can watch every single game, or at least record every single game and then go back and watch what you want to watch. That'll still be available on YouTube TV. See how I'm saying? See what I'm talking about? See all the connections? That'll still be available on YouTube TV. And so when the deal went down, because I'm trying to paraphrase because I want to move on, but when the deal went down and Amazon and everybody got in the game, they got their deals, their offer sheets up, TNT still had an opportunity to match. And because they talked so much bullshit, or that gentleman talked so much, I think his name's David Johnson, can't remember. Anyway, because he talked so much shit in the media before anybody signed anything, once the NBA got their deal, they held TNT's feet to the fire, and TNT offered, Warner Brothers Discovery offered the exact same amount of money. They matched everything, and the NBA said no because of the way that they were talked about. Really, that's the situation. So the last year for Charles and Shaq and Kenny and Ernie to be on television together, until something crazy happens. I mean, unless something crazy happens, then this is the last season we will see that all together. That's like depressing for me because I am a huge fan of that show. I'm a huge basketball nerd. I grew up watching the NBA with my dad and my mom, and like, I don't know how y'all grew up, but like, my dad and my mom never really watched TV together. But the only times we would all watch TV together is when we were watching sports. So, and NBA is on for a lot of games, and including baseball. Baseball was another thing that we all watched together, football. But yeah, this shit is crazy. Things are changing a lot in the scope of television and movie studios. Film A said, "What the bluck? That's blucking crazy. OMG, what a blucking L. Yep, it's stupid." Talking Turd said, "This was the point of the strike, to lobby for the use of artificial intelligence to write movies. AI works for free, and don't strike or miss deadlines. Yeah, absolutely. I don't understand why they're doing it. He also says, watch the movie Congress, very strange movie, but depicts a future where all movies and actors are CGI and AI created. That actually sounds like a horror movie. Film Age says, I can't believe this, bro. I've only known the NBA through TNT and same Spurs all the way. Well, you know what? I'm not mad at the Spurs comment. I'm a Suns fan, so it's my fucking worst enemy, mortal enemy, or whatever they call it. Yeah, so I don't want to hear that shit. But exactly, man. Like, that's the only way we know the NBA, man. A lot of us, we didn't grow up with what do you call it? Premium television. We didn't grow up with HBO and all that shit, and like we have the packages and all that shit, direct TV and all this shit. Man, we had basic cable. We had the shit that when you moved into an apartment, tell me if y'all have ever done this. If you move into an apartment, do you try the cable before you set, like, do you try to see if you can hook the cable up and it be free if it's still working? Like for instance, if I didn't make sense just saying that, check this out. One time, or every time I move into an apartment, I always hook the TV up to the wall unit, like the plug, the coax cable. I try to make sure that shit is hooked up to the TV before I call the cable company and ask them to hook my shit up. I always plug it in first, because sometimes, it's not every time, it's not most of the time, but sometimes they forget to turn the cable off. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense to me either. Okay. All I know is your boy be having free cable for like 6 months when he first moved into a place. Holler if you hear me. You dig. Fifth Bantha says, when Bill says he's a basketball nerd, excuse me, when Bill says he's a basketball or football nerd, I can absolutely verify that. He's actually telling the truth. I created the term Jesus Chichis, or otherwise known as Jesus Tits or Jesus Titties. I was able to create that term because I was watching an Alabama game and Mark Henry fumbled for his first time in 435 carries in South Carolina. And that was Jordan Jeffries' coming out party. But that doesn't matter. What matters is when it happened, I threw my hat on the ground and I said, Jesus tits. But that is just kind of a little bit of a glimpse into my mindset. Shout out to anybody who likes sports, who does sports, who plays sports, who lives this lifestyle, man. Let me know if y'all fuck with this, or put it in the comments if you're not watching live and you're watching in the past or in the future. Is the future? Is it the future? I'm the past. What I'm doing right now is the past. So if you're watching in the future times, presently, then put it in the comments. Let me know if you watch sports. I'll talk about sports more often, or I'll start a whole nother show and I'll talk about that then. Or maybe I'll start a whole nother channel. Who knows? I'm crazy like that, dog. I'll do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, YouTube, get it together, man, because you could be on the out and outs, man. They could be getting rid of y'all, man. Get it together. Get it together. Because you know what, man? You know what? Actually, I don't care. It don't matter, man. Matter of fact, I'm hitting myself with the button. It don't matter. None of this matters. Just don't forget that, y'all. Y'all out here worried about the wrong thing sometimes. Don't ever forget. It don't matter. None of this matters. Talking Turd says, I grew up in the UK with only 3 channels until the mid 80s. Oh, word. Damn. Well, I mean, wasn't it only 3 channels until the mid 80s? It was like mostly only 3 channels. Well, in the United States. I don't know about the UK. Y'all older than us, man. Y'all older than us. I wonder who had cable first, though. See, put it in the comments. Put it in the chat. if your country had cable after another country, but that other country was started after your country was started, are you the baby country now? Like, does roles reverse? If like my country gets better technology, but my country is younger than your country, am I not better than your country? Or am I like older than your country? Have I advanced? Have we caught up to age? I don't know. It's maybe a stupid question. Put it in the comments. Talking Turd said that happened to me before free cable. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The Bantha Ball. Oh, Bantha Ball sports channel. Okay, I like that. Bantha Ball. I could do a sports channel. I could do a sports channel, dog. Like, I used to have a sports channel. You can check it out on YouTube. It's called the Bill, James, and Tig's Excellent Adventure. Bill, James, and Tig. My homie Eric Martig, my brother-in-law James Haley, Jamesy Boy, and myself. And sometimes we have guests. You know what I'm saying? We did it every week. It was a good time. It was a good time. You're not a very old turd. I mean, my mom's older than you, I'm thinking. I mean, obviously, my mom's older than you, but I'm just saying, man. I'm pretty positive wasn't more than 4 channels here in the United States until around that same time. Like, what do we have? Can't remember. Anyway, I want to get to the shits, man. I want to get to the shits a little bit. Just want to talk about this again. Netflix moved into the top for media distributors in June, with YouTube challenging Disney for the top spot in Nielsen rankings. Like I told y'all, man, it's about to get crazy. Nielsen is about to start really holding these people's feet to the fire. And that's why a lot of these companies are trying to buy up content to talk about, to have content that is live. Live content is the only content that makes the most money in the United States of America. I'll say it again. Live content is the only content that consistently makes money in the United States. And that content, 90% of the time, 99% of the time, is sports. The number one television show in the history of the United States of America consistently is the NFL. And I know that sounds crazy, but the NFL still is a television show. And so when you think about it in that mindset, it's the number one thing watched on television in the world. So if you have that going, and if you get a contract, one of these contracts, we're talking about 700 billion, like 600 billion, 250 billion dollars that some of these companies are paying for content. Okay. And it's because it's sports. Now, I can't remember. I think I'm pretty positive. I might be wrong. Y'all can check it out and tell me if I'm wrong or not. But I'm pretty positive the NBA just got $700 billion. And like the money is going up. That's why you're seeing these players getting paid so much. But anyway, like the players, it's a dude didn't play no games last year in the NBA that did not, and I repeat, did not play, but now he is making $38 million a year. What that? Huh? Is this thing on? Hello? That's my Rob Parker impersonation. Hello? Is this thing on? $38 million. The TV money is coming in right now. They just signed that deal yesterday. Guess what they're going to do? That money hits next year, next season. Not this season, but the next season. And guess what guess what those guys are going to do? The guys who are up for contracts this year. They're going to be getting you got guys who are making $200 million over the course of 5 years right now. 4 years, 5 years. You're about to have guys making $300, $400, $500, $600 million in the next 4 or 5 years. Like, you're gonna have guys in 2 to 3 years, you're gonna have guys signing for $400 to $500 million or $400 to $600 million contracts for the span of 4 to 5 years. Think about that. Let that resonate. How much money is out there, okay? And they try to tell you, they can't do nothing for you, man. I'm trying to tell you, all they gotta do is tax these companies like YouTube, Google, just putting in the whole umbrella, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, all this stuff. You gotta start taxing these people, man, because they got servers all over the country and they get tax breaks for every single one of these servers. And we talking, you think, it's just like 100 million, it's just $1 million, Bill. It's just a few millions. It's not really a big deal. Man, they getting $250 million, $200 billion tax breaks, dog. $250 billion tax breaks, cuz. And so if come on, man, if we not taxing them kind of things, how we expect to get some money? All the money need to go to the rich? No. But, what are we going to do? We're the only country who practices economics this way. 9 Nerd Yards, shout out to 9 Nerd Yards. He said, hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. You're sitting here, you're listening to me. You must like this voice. You know what I'm saying? You like this voice. You like this voice. No freaky. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but you like this voice. So go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to share. I mean, I think that sharing is caring. And it's also one of the most important ways that you can help this channel, man. Go ahead and share this. Share it with your auntie, share it with your mama, share it with your cousin, share it with your uncle. But don't forget to share it with your daddy. Anyway, Talking Turd says in Europe, it's almost nonstop soccer on cable. That could fund a small nation, talking about how much money I'm talking about. Exactly. All these companion all these companion are registered in countries. All these companies are registered in countries that are tax exempt. Hello. Exactly. And, think about this. There are certain states that are income tax exempt, and they have a lot of servers in a lot of those states. They go to those states as well. I think it's 3 states in the United States that do that. But anyway, what does it matter? What does it matter? You're getting hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks anyway. That could save our nation if you just tax them what they're supposed to get taxed. Or how about don't give them a tax break? How about they just work like the rest of us? Nigga, you don't get a tax break because you working. That's just not how it works. You get tax breaks on things that you file that are acceptable for write-offs. That ain't the same thing, y'all, man. And let me just say, man, if you don't make more than $800,000 a year, stop worrying about financial decisions that presidents are making right now. Unless they raising minimum wage, or unless they raising everybody's wage, then don't worry about what they talking about money, because you ain't never gonna be rich. You ain't never gonna be rich. So you might as well give me your money. Make sure you sign up for the membership program right here on the Drunk Bantha's channel. And I think it might be available on the Nerds at Night channel. All I know is it's 99 cents a month. And if you can do that, please help me, because you never going to be rich running around with 99 cents in your pocket. How is that going to help you get anywhere in life? All I know is if you help me, I can help you, and we can all live a happier life together, because I'm rich. Oh man, that's from one of my favorite sketches on what do you call it? What's it called? In Living Color. Oh shit. Oh snap. Something's wrong with my headphones. This thing's broken. Oh. Oh snap, what's happening? Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage. It's 9 from 9 Nerd Yards. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand.
You guys. You're the ones that make the show.
Roll Tide. Scroll Tide.
Scroll Tide. Actually, that's what we say around these parts, Scroll Tide.
Right, that's what we say, baby.
Ever since we were on that cart to Alabama.
Yeah, you know, once I was on a train to Alabama. Me and my mama, we was going to Chicago from Georgia. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Ever since I fell out that coconut tree.
Yeah, ever since
I existed.
Yeah.
Unbothered and unburdened.
Let's talk about it. Because I have been burdened with emotions today.
Yeah.
We got, first of all, shout out to Penny. Shout out to Penny over here still chilling. We're gonna
make our bottom tonight.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna bring her back in here later.
Coconut. Oh yeah, someone's coconut pilled with us right here. I want a coconut tree shirt. Hey,
we maybe need to get on that. Kirsten, what's up? We need a coconut shit or Noah. Noah, where are you at? We need a coconut tree nerds at night t-shirt. That's what we need. I mean, I think so. That's how I'm feeling. Well, no, see, I'm actually mad about this one. And I'm kind of mad at Gary Owen for you know, he's a comedian. He says jokes. He doesn't matter. I'm kind of mad for how he approached this one too. Like Kamala Harris, for y'all who don't know, who live under a rock and somehow haven't heard on YouTube, Kamala Harris is gonna be the nominee for the president of the United States and the Democratic Party, going on from vice president to possible president. And the shit has gotten crazy. Like, I was waiting for it to get crazy. You know, it's like, oh, she did it. She's
gone cute.
It's going down. It's been like nothing but positive energy. But if you watch, some people don't watch Republican TV. You know, people who don't share the same views.
Like, are you talking about like Fox News, or are you talking about like
Fox News? Was it InfoWars, News Now, or whatever it's called? Twitter. All of it. Truth Social, all of it. I'm talking about all of it. So,
social.
So if you fuck with Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, you probably don't fuck with Truth Social, right? And vice versa. So,
I mean,
so
Twitter's basically
bro. Truth Social is 4chan.
I mean, yeah, it is just for Trump. Yeah, right. It is just like literally Trump talk.
It's 4chan.
Also, Twitter is getting so bad.
Twitter has always been crazy, but
it's getting worse right now.
Twitter is just a reflection of humankind. That's all it is.
It's getting really bad.
No, Twitter is Westworld. Twitter is Westworld. Social media is Westworld. Niggas go on there and they
Well, I definitely don't want to go to Twitter world because Twitter world is fucking crazy.
Right, bro. Like tell me Twitter is not Westworld. People go on there, they dress themselves up all nice or however they want to be presented, and then they go on and they say whatever the fuck they want. They do whatever they want. They'll threaten to kill people. They'll fucking threaten to vape people. They you know what I'm saying? They post PDF file type stuff, and then they go on home and live what is considered a normal life, a normal existence. I'm just saying, like it's Westworld for poor people. You gotta have bread.
Yeah. You have a what is it, $8 a month for Twitter?
Oh shit, I don't pay
No.
for Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, me neither.
But yeah,
They
somebody
cooked
does.
us off. That's why we're not fucking streaming on Twitter
Right.
anymore.
Somebody pays
Yeah,
that.
someone pays for Twitter. Fuck them.
I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. You're gonna look up one day and it's gonna say Nerds at Night, 300,000 subscribers. It'll say Drunk Banthas, 400,000 subscribers. And guess what? We still won't be fucking going off live on Twitter because I'm not paying $8 to some cracker ass cracker. Sorry.
Talking Turd says Twitter is a propaganda distribution center these days. You know, I really like Talking Turd. I don't know who Talking Turd is, but I like Talking Turd.
I told
They've
him
been coming through. They've been coming
through on he's gonna come through next Thursday. Next Thursday. I'm gonna send the link.
Yeah, like I actually,
and then maybe I can coordinate
discuss today because there was just people like talking about the oh my god, yeah, it's just bad right now because of the Sony Myers stuff, and then also
wait a minute, what's Sotomayor? She from out here, I think. Where's Sotomayor? No, she from Texas. Where's Sotomayor?
No, the woman that got shot from Illinois.
I don't know nothing about that. Wait a minute.
I don't know anything about that.
What happened? I mean, you don't care to elaborate?
I said Sonia Myers, Sonia Massey. That's my bad.
Sony Massey? Sonia Massey.
Sonia Massey.
Sonia Massey. I ain't heard nothing about this, man. My
not even.
Not like
I can't even get like it was. Yeah.
I mean, can you paraphrase? Was she shot? She was
shot in her own home after calling the police for help. And
by the police.
By the police, of course, yes. And it's fucking disgusting.
It is disgusting. I'm going to tell you one thing right here, right now. I hope that Kamala Harris doesn't take the bait on any of these issues coming up, because it's really easy to get caught up in in rhetoric, because we all have this what do they call it, prisoner of the moment type mentality when it comes to stuff like this. Not saying that these cops didn't do nothing wrong. I'm not saying these cops aren't disgusting. Do not get it twisted. These motherfuckers are the scum of the earth. To take somebody's life that soon, too soon, and especially when they're the ones who are calling for help. Now you're the one calling for help, but then you end up being the one who's, deceased. You become a victim, even while you become a victim twice. You get victimized, because imagine if this young lady had lived. I mean, she still would have had to deal with all kinds of trauma from being a victimized by whoever she was calling the police on, and then after the fact, then being assaulted by the police, becoming a victim of them. It's a crazy situation. Morgan says, Sonia Massey, say her blucking name. Well, I did, nigga. Goddamn, I said it. We talking about her. No, but
he may have been talking about me just because.
No, I mean,
I literally, I can't even believe I just mispronounced her name.
Yeah, he butchered it.
But
hey man, he butchered.
Sonia. Yeah, I said Sonia Myers. No, Sonia Massey. Sorry, very disrespectful.
No, I thought you said so.
But
it's okay.
But no, well, I guess can you elaborate on what you mean with Kamala taking the bait on that? What do you mean by that?
She ran as a law and order candidate in her first in the 2019 2020 election. She's an ex-prosecutor, she was a senator before she became vice president, but she was an ex-prosecutor here in California. Elected prosecutor, by the way. She was elected twice or 3 times, something like that. And then she kind of had to get soft on that issue, on those issues during the Black Lives Matter protests and all that kind of stuff. Like she had to kind of step back on some of those issues. But people are going to talk about that. But all of those the steps that she took backwards were during their presidency and vice presidency, because nobody was protesting in 2019. Wasn't no Black Lives Matters protesting in 2019. People seemed to like get twisted, and then it was 2020 when everything was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you call somebody a flip-flopper when black people getting killed? I mean, like, I don't consider you being a flip-flopper, but that tiny little space that looks like nothing, Republicans will fit the Hoover Dam through that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I'm hoping she doesn't take the bait when I say that.
Well, I mean, like, she's already addressed it.
Yes, you got to address it, but like, don't make a political issue out of it. Don't try to don't try to take it, because if you do,
it's like, okay, so like if you
let me finish.
I want you to,
because the president of the United States is supposed to stay out of issues like this. That's why.
Well, I want you to take into context the actual video, though, like the actual video and everything that's going on here.
None of that has to do anything. Hold on. Because that's the president of the United States is not supposed to involve themselves in this. That's the office that she's running for. That's why people criticized Obama, but it was like Obama did as much as he could from the pulpit, from the podium that he was at, looking into the pulpit he was dealing with. But you can't do it. You can't do certain things as a president. The president is literally supposed to let the states be the states and the cities be the cities.
Mm-hmm.
You can say things, and the lead prosecutors you can kind of you can manipulate certain things or influence certain things, but you really can't go on television and start saying, fuck the police, these niggas fucked up, this is fucking up, like, we gonna get to the bottom of this, and you can't do all that.
This is, I think, even a different situation, though.
It's not.
I think this is a little bit of a different
than Trayvon Martin.
It is a little bit different.
It's not.
It is. I'm going to, because you have
in Kentucky that this happened to. It just happened.
This is a little bit crazy. This is getting.
I guarantee you, this happened somewhere else in this country in the last 4 years, and you have.
Oh yeah, but like not politicized like this.
Well, that's what it's saying. Don't fall for the bait. Because that's what
Republicans. Well, like, I'm just saying, like, because she's already addressed it. No,
I'm talking I'm talking about political. Or you have to address it.
It's already being politicized, right? But she's already took a stance on it. I'm not going to say run on this campaign about this woman being murdered or whatever. But she's already, and I think it needs to have been addressed.
She has to address it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying taking the bait means pounding the pavement, talking about this as if it's if you vote for me, I'll change this type of shit. That
would be a Drake move right there.
Right.
She wants to do Kendrick Lamar and keep her subject in focus, and that's Trump. I completely agree with that front. Right. Filmmate says, RP Sonia Massey, it was the worst body cam footage that shows an officer's reaction. I would agree.
What did this happen? Because the body camera footage didn't.
The body cam footage just dropped a couple of days ago,
right?
Or even just yesterday or 2 days ago.
They don't release it back in Chicago. They release that shit a year later sometimes.
And I think people are going to agree with me in the chat. And also, I want to set up Matt Monk. Matt Monk, how was there such a reaction to George Floyd, but Sonia Massey isn't getting any attention? She was in a nightshirt and was straight murdered. This feels like this is on footage. I saw the footage and I felt sick for the rest of it. My blood is still a bit boiling right now.
I don't know if y'all remember, but we could hear Trayvon Martin get killed. We heard it. There's audio.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't
there's
know.
audio, but there's audio and video of the like.
Yeah,
It's
but that's
different,
y'all.
dude.
See,
It's a
that's
little
y'all. That's
different.
y'all psycho. That's y'all psycho.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that like are feeling this way too.
Y'all feel different when it's video. When I heard that Ray Rice hit his girlfriend upside the
No,
head, then became his wife, I knew what it was gonna look like when he hit her. Cause I've seen nigga get crazy and hit a bitch before. I've seen a nigga get crazy and hit a nigga before. You know what it is. You know what time it is. This nigga's a football player and he hit her. We shouldn't need the video to make you feel some way about it. You don't need the video to see.
Yeah, okay, so I'm saying like, but you can't apply
And
that to
look,
all of America, though.
and look.
There are people that need to
No, yeah,
see
no.
the
My
video,
point
right?
is that that's what's wrong with America. That's one thing, and then the second thing is, when, like I said, when did this happen? Because we're talking about it now. A few days after they've decided to go with this black president.
Hey, chat, put in the chat when the body cam footage is from. I'm not gonna put it.
I'm
I'm not gonna pull it up.
It was before.
I'm not gonna pull up the video or anything.
I'm
We're not
guaranteeing.
gonna play in the video.
Yeah,
Like that's like we're gonna be talking about like the campaign or whatever.
We're not gonna play the video. We're not playing.
This is gonna be
like that.
While I'm on, I just want to have a good time and have some fun and talk some memes about.
You've seen the thumbnail. It's black jobs in this motherfucker now.
Yeah, this is a black job right now.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Because the last time we talked about anything political, it was the debate.
Said 8:44. No, like the date of all this is it happened. So like, yeah, this probably happened. I'm pretty sure this happened pretty recently, and the body cam footage was released pretty recently. Actually,
never happens, especially in Chicago,
dude. Because like all of his police guys turned on him too.
Well, they too, because they saw what happened. Look at what happened to the guys with George Floyd. Niggas went to jail that didn't do anything.
I'm pretty sure this guy he's already been charged with murder. Like I'm saying, this is fucking fast, weird, crazy video.
No, I'm just saying how you couldn't.
This is weird.
First of all, he can't. He might be charged, but this is the thing. This is. I'm telling you, Kamala. Don't fall for the fucking banana in the tailpipe, because what they're gonna try to do is pull her into it, and that's what I'm saying. Presidents don't have nothing to do with local politics. They're actually supposed to stay out of criminal situations. You know, don't let Trump become like make shit normalized. Like just because it happened for 4 years, don't mean it's actually supposed to happen. You're not supposed to talk about you're not supposed to politicize legal local issues as the president of the United States. You're supposed to stay out of that. That's how it works. Niggas get mad at Obama for wearing a tan suit, but we don't hold other motherfuckers accountable for fucking putting their personal feelings into what is supposed to be a separation of the federal government as a state to state issue.
Yeah, I agree with the fifth Bantha though. Like because I thought you've already seen the video and everything beforehand. But like, yeah, if you haven't seen the unedited one,
I don't know how old y'all think I am. Nigga, I saw Michael Brown get shot. You remember there was video of that? I don't need nigga. I have seen niggas get shot. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Push pause on your motherfucking brain for 2 seconds and remember who the fuck I am. I'm this nigga on this goddamn camera being nice right now, but remember who the fuck I am, okay? Let me just tell y'all something. This shit right here is happening every fucking day, okay? The question you have to ask yourself is, why did this become national news? I'm right there with you. The shit is fucked up, but don't let motherfuckers take you off the motherfucking ball. Why did this shit happen? And you're saying that the dude has already been convicted of murder? Guess what it sounds like to me? Shit is working. I know this nigga went in there and killed her and it's a tragedy, but it actually sounds like shit is working if you ask me, because 4 years ago, just 4 years ago, cops were getting off for this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But Kamala Harris is not good at articulating these types of things that I've just said to you, the way that I've just articulated. She is not a great politician. She is a good public servant, but she's not. Some might even say she's an excellent public servant, but she's a average politician, and it is not good for an average politician to go in and try to have to make the case that I just made, because you don't serve just one part of the country, you serve the entire country. You're not just representing Democrats as the president, you represent Republicans, Democrats, independents, Green Party. I mean, damn, it's almost as many political positions or political parties as it is in the LGBTQ. Like, you got to start adding shit now, because when we was growing up, it was just Republicans and Democrats. Now it's Republicans, Democrats, independents, Black Party, the White Party,
Tea
Green
parties,
Party, Tea Party. Like, you like, damn, party
America First Party, fucking all these different packs.
Exactly. That's crazy. They got more packs than super PACs than the weed shop, man. I'm trying to tell you.
More super PACs in the Justice League. So let's see what these comments.
But yeah, that's only not like everybody is making comments as if I guess y'all not understand what I'm saying. I'm saying she has to stay away from it politically. Yes, it's an issue, just like Biden stayed away from politically talking about the assassination attempt. Stay away from all that craziness. You focus on what you're trying to deliver, which is a message. So I'm just saying you have to still be able to deliver your message on why you should be the president. Talking about this will not help her going forward. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Now, I think that no one is trying to like say that you haven't seen shit.
No, I'm not.
You're talking about it on a level of like, you know, what Kamala should do. I think that most of us in the chat, including myself, are saying that like this is an introduction to a new data set. I don't think it should be distracted, but it's definitely something that is affecting the populace, and it needs to be a little bit considered. Is all I think we're saying here.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are saying that after I have said what I said, and therefore there must be confusion, because that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about strictly is politically, she needs to stay away from this issue. You have to address it. You have to talk about it. But politically, she's got to stay away from this issue because it doesn't behoove her to involve herself in it, you know, on the level of politicizing. That's what I'm talking about. That's all that really matters. You know what I'm saying? Matt Monk says she needs to not ponder or pander. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't like, because what that is, low hanging fruit. They holding that carrot right out for her to say something. The Republicans will. And then when she jumps on it, then they'll say, well, she used to be tough on crime. Maybe isn't she contradicting herself? Because, you know, she was with the Black Lives Matter. She shouldn't have. That's what's going to happen. Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. That's all I'm saying. Plus, there's nothing that she can do as a president of the United States.
I don't think anyone watching this show right now is going to be falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
No, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about her. It ain't got, unless she's watching. But
she's watching. She's a friend of the show.
Friend of the show. But
Kamala?
She busy. She might miss this episode. She's busy. But my whole point is that
Kamala.
I'm just running the campaign right now. I'm from a distance. I'm helping run the campaign.
I'm coconut pills right now.
That's all it is, man. I'm just
coconut pills.
I'm
riding for Kamala because she actually invigorated me this in the last week. I was like, okay,
look at him.
This actually can work.
He got his arms out. He got the equality T-shirt on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, shit. I actually just threw this up. Dude, like, yo, if you go to Target, these shirts are like $3 right now.
Go
to Target. These shirts are like $3 right now.
Do it. They might not be none in LA. If you're watching in LA, there's probably none of them.
Yeah, right.
They're probably sold out. But if you go anywhere else, I got you.
Yeah.
I bet you they didn't have any of those in Alabama. I'm willing
Like,
to bet you.
I think that this, like, the fabric costs more than like what I paid for the shirt.
Yeah,
You
some
know what I mean?
fucking Somali
yeah.
child or some Korean child is like dying for you to have that shirt right now. Indonesian child,
I think it's
fucking one hand,
made from
fucking
probably
made that shirt.
Indonesia or China. Yeah. Is stitching good quality.
Yeah, he's with one hand,
one hand.
one
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
hand.
using this.
And you
God
gets to you, and then the whole.
We just got monetized, guys. Like and subscribe, or else YouTube will kill us.
Yes, that's right.
Because they do not like to hear this type of bullshit.
Look, we're talking about we're a news organization.
That's true. That is true.
And we
are
have
news.
to, look, we're not as professional or traditional as other news outlets, but we are a news outlet. We talk about what's happening.
Oh yeah, this is a really good. Let me pull up some assets too. I haven't pulled up any of my
what
screens.
do you guys? So for the listeners, Matt Monk says, what do you guys feel about all the stuff about her being half Indian and pretending to be black? Quote unquote pretending is what it says in there. Well, she's not pretending to be black, but that's what I'm talking about. Republican rhetoric. I love it because so she is half Indian, and I think her dad is Jamaican or some shit.
Correct, yes.
And let me just tell you how that goes. Until you get into politics, if you come from that type of background, in the United States of America, you are considered a nigga. That's just all it comes down to. Until you run for politics, though, and then it becomes, oh, you're not black because you straighten your hair. Oh, you're not black because you're not dark enough. Oh, you're not black because your daddy wasn't born here. Oh, you're not black because whatever. The lady's black. Man. She was born in the United States of America. Her dad is from the West Indies. Go tell her mom is Indian. Go up to Dykeman or go up down to Queens somewhere. Go down to the BX or Brooklyn and tell some of them Jamaican Indians or Jamaican whites or Jamaican whatever, like tell them that they not black. And I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? I'll be right here every Thursday.
I think the answer. Yeah, you can call us. You can call us at 323-680-4101. Go ask them if they are black and tell us the response.
Let us know.
If you make it out.
Exactly.
Because
you make it out of South Dykeman, nigga.
I think this is literally like that because that has been posited. I think the Republicans are scrambling right now to discover if she is black or whatever.
I got more
but
shit.
Like that is the banana in the tailpipe, right?
It is
because
it's the
it is the very fact of the matter is like y'all trying to break it down into race or whatever. Where in the fact of the matter is it's all about like, was she socially treated as a black woman? Yes. It just has not come into discussion until she has been running for vice president. And then, like, what are you guys talking about? Like, is she more black than Donald Trump? No. Like, what do you like? What do you like? It's so weird.
Almost blacker than Obama. She is blacker than Obama.
Blacker than Obama. I mean, think she is.
If her mom considers herself to be a dark-skinned woman, a lot of Indians. Look, this is gonna be a wild episode. I will tell you that. Right? I'm just tell you right now. But a lot of Indians, a lot of Indians don't like black people. Let's just get that out of the way. Like a lot of Indian national, like people who were born in India, come to this country. They are told not to like black people. They are Like that is a we call it a Jamaican starter kit when a nigga gets some pants and a belt and with whatever. But like Indian starter kit comes with a lot of other things, but then apparently this is from people who I know who are Indian who have said these things. But yeah, like they come here and people tell them not to fuck with black people, not to fuck with us because we are the downcast, we are the low class in society as far as everywhere around the fucking globe goes. Like no matter where you are around the globe, they got a word for nigga. Okay, so so I just feel like I said, none of this becomes an issue until you trying to run for office somewhere.
Yo. I'm gonna dead this right now. Chadwick Boseman's final post on Twitter was in support of Kamala Harris. It's over with, guys. It's fucking over.
It's
from T'Challa, the
from
Black Panther.
Wait, hold on. He said,
that was the last thing that he posted on Twitter.
He said, I think before I die, I will say, I want to vote for Kamala Harris. That's what he gonna say. That's what he did.
Throwing the coconut tree in that.
As I eat from the coconut tree.
I did just not exist.
One day, Kamala Harris will be the Democratic nominee. What? Hey, have you seen? No, first of all, let me just get this out of the way because this is what I was trying to get to before you brought up. What's her name? Sonia Massey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rest in peace to Sonia Massey. Before, because look, I just want everybody know the reason I went straight there with the politics is because that's what I'm talking about tonight. Okay, I know we got a lot of issues in the world, and I know that is a very sad and disturbing, story. But we got a lot of issues right now, and I'm talking about politics today. And politically, that's an issue that you don't want to step on. And another issue that I want to talk about is the rhetoric in the Republican Party about Kamala Harris. Now, we had Matlock talking about how the color line is being drawn in this when it comes to Kamala and questioning her blackness. But then what I would also want to point out is there was a Fox News guy, you could probably find this real quick. A Fox News guy called Kamala Harris the original Hawk Tuah girl.
Okay.
Because she dated this older dude here in California who is a kingmaker of politicians here. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually got accused of murder, and he'd be like killing black boys or whatever. But we'll look into that later. Actually, man, we got to look him up because that's next episode. We're going to talk about him. If he is who I'm thinking he is, we're going to talk about that because we're doing fair coverage right here. Okay. We're going to do fair coverage on the Bantha Bunch / Gotham Gazette. Okay. We're going to bring y'all real life.
We do need to bring the Gotham Gazette back.
I'm going to give you a hat
for this election cycle.
Yeah, I gotta get me a hat, and then we can do it on the Bantha Bunch and just make it a segment. I can get me a hat, and then we change it up for the segment put a tie around my hoodie.
Drizzle.
That shit would be dope. But I digress. We are trying to be fair, and so I will try to do a little bit more research on this guy, and if he's to make sure he is the guy who I think he is. But until then, I'm not going to defame anyone's character. But somehow or another, it's alleged that she gives out good dome. You know what I'm saying? And let me be really serious right here, right now. If she was not a black woman who is pretty, let's not get it twisted. Like Kamala Harris at 29 to 30 was a bad bitch. Like, let's just keep it in the scope of reality right here. Okay. She was bad. But like, because you're black and pretty, and even white women who are pretty will deal with the same thing, except for that one in Colorado. She get down with the business though.
Well, you said Bobo the Clown?
She deliver, boy. Let me tell you something. She delivered
Bobo the Clown?
all time. Like we
That's
call
my
we call her
Republican baby.
we call her the mail lady because she show up on time every day. Bring
Dude,
sleep,
I typed in Bobo the Clown
and she pop up with a red nose.
and it did fucking show her. Holy shit.
Right,
That
boy.
is fucking ridiculous.
We call her bobblehead on the street. You know what I'm talking about? Hello. But yeah, like anytime a woman is fine as hell in politics, they're gonna over sexualize her. To me, yes, that's a like sign of like, oh, they just think you just fine as hell. That's why niggas is really on your top like that. Like, it's all good. Like, this ain't even got to be true. Niggas is just gonna say it because it's cool. Like, and I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you know what? If my president give out good dome and she's a female, am I mad at that? I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really doesn't matter to me. Like y'all are weird. Like, ever since like the Republican Party is crazy, and I'm telling you, there's a video of this nigga saying this on television. She's the original Hawk Tuah girl. He said that. And he got suspended from Fox Business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he ain't been on.
I think I saw the clip, but
spreading. No, I'm saying, but now it's spreading. You know how niggas do, man. I'm telling you, I'm talking to you. If you're a black person in America and you're spreading Hawk Tuah bullshit right now on this black lady, guess what you are? A part of the problem, my guy. Like, some of y'all don't read. Like, some people. If you sat down in the last 6 months and said, man, I don't make enough money, man, these niggas is fucking up, man, they got all this money, and your stupid ass running around here talking shit about the only person who could possibly help your ass right now, punch yourself in the face, nigga, kill yourself.
You gotta give him that. Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing. Oh, you gotta give him that. You gotta give him that.
Because right now, what you're doing is you playing yourself, man. You playing yourself. I need the congratulations, you playing yourself button. I unhooked the hard drive, so I can't even upload it right now. But I'm telling y'all right now, man, you're contributing to your own demise. Don't be like these. We make fun of these redneck backwood Republicans who vote against their own.
Fucking turd is talking shit right now. I don't like it.
I ain't reading them. I ain't reading the comments, but we make fun of the rednecks who don't fucking vote with their own interest in mind. They vote against their own interest all the time. Don't vote against your own interest. Don't become the enemy that you try to defeat. You know what I'm saying? Don't live long enough to watch yourself become the villain because you get caught up in social media. You know what I'm saying? You let this shit really cloud your mind because that's what it's intended to do. Social media is literally the reality that advertisers want you to see. So and especially during election season, you have to be very careful of watching bullshit on your streaming, on your feeds, whatever it is, even if it's us. Like, we went on live on Monday, and what was the first?
I'm talking facts.
I'm just saying, what was the first?
Yo, listen, everybody who's watching right now, click that like button.
What was the first commercial that you saw last week? On Monday when we did the podcast,
when we got monetized, it was a Kamala Harris.
Exactly, and I'm saying, advertisements. We just talked about YouTube losing ad revenue.
She gave us like 50 cents. Yeah.
Ad revenue is what rules what you watch on your social media, regardless if whatever you think you are in control of, you're not when it comes to that goddamn phone. Only thing you're in control of is putting it the fuck down. Yeah. So keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. Keep that in mind this year.
You're definitely going to get a Kamala Harris tag or advertisement instead of a Trump tag when you click on our shit. And I'm proud of that, actually. I'm very proud of that.
I'm not mad at that at all. What I'm trying to say is, though,
she's paying us.
but don't take it as like a like look into shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like don't just look at everything and think, oh, I'm organically receiving this, especially this year, especially this time of the year until goddamn February. Don't look at anything and think it's on the up.
Let me take a look at these comments here.
Yeah. Let's bust down some of these comments.
So it says
hold on a second. Hold on. Something's wrong with this headphone cord. I think the sound device inside of it is broken. The feds are stopped. It's like something going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we got going on here?
It says the fifth Bantha says the GOP is throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. They spent years prepping for Joe. They don't know what the fuck to do. Their go-to is racial issues.
Yes.
And it's not going to work this time around. I think that it's been kind of funny seeing them scramble because this is kind of like the first time that I've been seeing Trump come up with a funny nickname for a candidate.
He ain't had time. He said crazy Kamala, but that's old.
No, he said laughing Kamala.
Yeah, no, I mean, he said.
I was like, what the fuck?
I think he tweeted crazy Kamala or Truth Social.
Laughing Kamala is what he was going like. You could.
Well, the reason he
reworked that is so bad.
The Democrats got her up out of the primary with that laughing shit because she laughs. She does laugh at awkward moments. Like that's her.
Whatever.
No, I'm just. I don't think that should keep you from.
That's nothing.
That should keep you from being the president of the United States. I'm just saying that is what they're talking. That's what they're referring to.
It's fucking way better than
change headphones.
Trump or JD Vance. JD Vance is like. You heard about the meme about JD Vance? He's like,
Can I ask you a question about JD Vance real quick?
He fucks up.
Does JD Vance not sound like a Toyota dealer or a Ford dealer? Does that not? Am I wrong?
Have you ever watched The Office?
No.
Okay, because there's this guy named Vance, or his last name is Vance. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like Vance for refrigeration. He always says like, yeah, I'm so and so Vance, a Vance for refrigeration, and I always think that when I hear JD Vance.
When I hear JD Vance, I feel like that's actually a car dealership somewhere in America. Like, somewhere in America, there is a JD Vance Ford dealership. No, JD Vance Chevrolet Birmingham. JD Vance Chevrolet Inglewood.
I should have pulled up these clips here. JD Vance. Did you hear his
show me what
Diet Mountain Dew?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. That he said he didn't like. What is
so fucking weird?
By the way,
it is so weird. What is he talking about?
Can somebody help me? If y'all know, please help me, because I don't know what's racist about Mountain Dew.
It is really fucking.
Hold on, before you hit this, don't he look like a fat Matt Gaetz?
Dude, he looks like he wears makeup.
That looks like a fat. Well, he's definitely wearing makeup, but is that
like eyeliner and shit?
You know who I'm talking about? Matt Gaetz.
Like, why is he got a smoky eye and shit?
Anybody know who I'm talking about in the chat?
Matt Gaetz? Yeah, he does look like Matt. Yeah, he looks like Matt Gaetz with a beard.
Fat Matt. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Matt. See, that's a better nickname than.
Well, we can't fat shame with the Kamala campaign. I'm an unofficial.
Oh yeah,
Harris of the Kamala Harris.
Yeah, he calls himself and he fucks the couch or whatever.
He calls himself a hillbilly, but he's not from. He's
from Ohio.
No. He was born in like West Virginia or some fucking backwoods shit.
He's an Ohio motherfucker though.
But he moved to Ohio with his grandparents when he was like 4 or 5 years old, and they are like really well off group of people. Like, yo, son, you is rich as hell. You didn't grow up as no hillbilly. You are a phony. You are exactly what they're going to try to accuse Kamala of. You are an equal opportunist politician. You go with the wind where the wind goes. He was a never Trumper before Trump got elected, and then he turned into a let me get them Bickham Halls in my throat. Let me get them Bickham Halls down my throat. You know what I'm saying? That's what he became. Let me get Trump's Bick and Halls all down my throat. No freaky. I mean, that's all freaky, actually. But yeah, this guy was against Trump before. Now he's with Trump. What does that show you? It shows you that he's going to do what is politically expedient for his own well-being, whatever gets him over the hill, whatever gets him over the top. This is all like professional wrestling, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got to go find the right guy or gal who is going to be a good tag team partner for you. And they got to be able to cut their promos. They got to be able to come up with storylines, but they also got to be good in the ring, right? They got to be able to tell a story in the ring. And that's when we're going to have them debates. And so I would ask y'all,
it is the
the
weirdest thing to me. Democrats say that it is racist to believe. Well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too. But
didn't nobody know you had a Mountain Dew, nigga?
I love you guys. But
that is one of the cringiest things that I've ever fucking heard. Like, what are you talking about? What is racist about a Mountain Dew?
Did you hear the crowd? I mean, they were curious as well. And then he was like,
yeah, like it did not land with his crowd at all. Let me play that one more time. Holy shit. This was so weird.
The crowd was crazy.
This was so
you know what this reminds me of? The new UCLA football coach just spoke at the Big Ten press conference, and he basically had a similar but worse moment than this guy just had.
I mean, it's completely different when you're fucking trying to be the vice president of the United
Absolutely.
States.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about the moment. Yeah.
Democrats say that it is racist to believe. Well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too.
Break down that, Bill. Please tell me the answer. I want to know what is going on.
Well, I can tell you, he probably is referring to his parents. He's probably referring to his grandparents. I don't know. No, well, you know what? Mountain Dew was initially like this hillbilly type drink, like the original.
Oh yeah.
If you look up the first Mountain Dew commercial, it's a little hillbilly fucking dude holding a mason jar, and it's Mountain Dew.
Okay. Like I see the one dot now. Like link it to racism, I guess. In chat, please tell us how Mountain Dew is.
No. I'm just telling you what I'm trying to get you to where he is at. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah. No, I'm following along.
So this is where he loses you, is because why is that racist? Because he's really the one being racist, because he's saying that hillbillies are racist, so therefore people will see this as racist because I'm drinking a drink that's made in the likeness of a racist person. But you're assuming that all hillbillies are racist, so you are being racist to hillbillies. And
okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
No. I'm following along. I believe in the insanity that you're crafting.
I'm just saying. Matt Monk said right here, he calls himself a hillbilly, and so we, you know what I'm saying, we gotta take him at his word, right? We gotta take him at his word as how he feels about himself, whether it's correct or not. When people, like they say, when people tell you about themselves, believe them. And he's saying he is a hillbilly, so he's trying to reflect the nature of what he believes a hillbilly represents is a racist asshole. Bing bong, Mountain Dew's racist.
Bing bong, yeah.
Matt Murdoch.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, Matt Murdoch. Matt Monk says his memories were called hillbilly.
We can definitely get to that. We can hillbilly elegy, yeah.
What?
And Amy Adams was in the
His
movie.
memoirs were called.
I was actually about to.
Eulogy? Sorry, I read it wrong earlier, but it's really small on my screen.
If I could
But
find it
hold
at
on.
my library, I was going to actually read it because I was so interested. I'm going to. We should actually do a review of the movie because
It's a movie.
I think that's how he got most of his money. I don't know if he's.
Oh, we were talking about a book.
Yeah, no, like it's a book turned movie, one of those deals.
Yo, I'm
He's
out.
got one of them
I'm
deals.
off. Look, so when they told me this nigga was running,
It's good. I love you today. And one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good.
people behind him ain't moving, ain't saying nothing.
I love you guys. But
dude, everybody fucking is like,
two
dude,
people
you
clap.
suck.
Two people clap trying to
You
get him back on there.
suck
They
so
gotta get him
bad.
back. Hey, let's get hey, let's get him back on track. Let's get him back on track real quick.
Yeah,
Let's get him back on track.
right.
Let's get him back on track. But it was one person clapping.
It's
He didn't even have this. He didn't even have this.
right.
Oh my God! You should play that again. Hold on.
This thing to me, Democrats say that it is racist to believe. Well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday, and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good. I love you guys. These people were telling jokes up in the front row. You guys might not be able to hear it, but I'm getting caught up in it.
Yeah, that was like so much. It's so cringe.
We just helped you out, Fat Gates.
JD Vance couch fucker.
JD
like
Vance
the
doesn't sound like a
other,
couch store. It sounds like a off-brand Lazy Boy. You go to JD Vance and get you some furniture real quick. You know what I'm saying? JD Vance sounds like a hardware store. JD Vance, come down to JD Vance and get your muffler fixed. JD Vance and mufflers. We do mufflers right. We love the muff. Oh man, I just don't. I mean, look, man.
It was on Snopes about how he, no, JD Vance did not say he had sex with couch cushions. That's what's going on right now. And it's because I believe there was a tweet. Yes, this is it. Can't say for sure, but he might be the first VP pick to have admitted in a New York Times bestseller to fucking an inside-out latex glove shoved between two couch cushions.
I mean, who's never done that?
Vance,
right?
Yeah.
Who's never?
We've all been.
What in the what? Like,
and it gives the quote of Vance. Like it gives a citation, Vance Hillbilly Elegy on page 179 to 181, which I think is actually the most hilarious part because that means
3 pages
across 3 pages.
Yeah, son, you got 3 pages of
3 pages of fucking couch. Couch.
That's essential. That's a fucking.
So people just ran with it.
Novel, man. You making a romantic novel when you 3 pages of fucking a couch, nigga. That's a romantic novel. I can say, look, I just said it right now. I just did it in less than a paragraph. I fucked a couch with a rubber glove. That's
right.
All.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, and then when you move on, right? Like, and then I woke up the next day. The birds were chirping.
Yeah, exactly.
What is he saying? He's a hillbilly.
Then I called Matt Gaetz, and I
started rolling coal.
Yeah, called Matt Gaetz.
Troll Tide.
I don't believe in shit like that. One, like I just believe that you are lying when you go through them types of admissions. I just think people who write books, I'm just saying, like people who write books and say crazy shit like that, I think it's like 90% of that shit is a lie. Or, you know, things you can't prove. A lot of people gin up shit to sell a book. I'm just saying, like, look at the history of book sales.
Boy made a sci-fi. I don't know what you mean. A sci-fi? I don't know if you're gonna.
Yeah, I think that's a sci-fi.
A sci-fi. Matt Monk says he asked his grandma if he was gay, and she asked, "Do you suck cock?" And he said no. Therefore, he knew he wasn't gay. Is this? I don't know if I.
Well, see, let me just say this about that statement right there. If you ask your grandmother if you're gay, if you ask anyone if you're gay, you're
gay. Yeah.
You're gay as hell.
You're so gay.
Let me tell y'all
you're so gay.
If you ask anyone if you're gay, you're gay.
It's in the book.
That's it. I believe it, and that's what I'm saying. If you put it in a book, nah, nigga, this is a cry for help at this point. This ain't just about being gay. This is a cry for help. Because you're out here wilding, my G. You're out here wilding, talking about asking your grand. And what in the fuck? What kind of grandma you got tell you, do you suck cock?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? My grandma would never say that word to me.
His grandmother talked to him like that.
Insanity.
His grandmother is hillbilly. At first, I was gonna give her an accent. I was gonna be like, his grandmother must talk like this. But because she's a hillbilly, she must talk like this. His grandmother.
I bet your father smells of the lamb. He comes home early.
She
from the coal mine.
She smoked cigarettes.
The lamp.
Yeah, I used to work in the coal mines. They get me. I had the toughest job out there. Like, grandma, why you smoke cigarettes? Because I like the way it make me talk. Grandma, am I gay?
Yeah.
Boy, do you suck cock? Like,
That's a lot of That's a lot of to be like, okay, here. Look like a well scrubbed. Yeah. Have you noticed that? Are you hip on like how there's so many things we could talk about this like it's been a literal like in the last month, it has been an event of politics that we have literally never seen in our generation.
It's never happened before, actually, ever.
It's never it's just
like a president step down this close to a fucking.
Well, I mean, like a president has been like it would be crazy if a vice president pick,
LBJ stepped down before and decided he wasn't going to run, but he did it way before. Like, it wasn't as close to the convention that he did it. And Robert Kennedy ended up running, and then Robert Kennedy got assassinated. So those are parallels to this election because we've had an attempted assassination in this election. It's a crazy. It's like, this is my point about to go back to the shooting incident. The murder, the lynching that we was talking about earlier. The reason I say don't get caught up in that politics of that, we ain't gonna be talking about that in 2 weeks. The president got shot at a week ago. Was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? We ain't talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like it didn't even happen. You know what I mean? Nobody put an emphasis on it about caring about it, or you don't see there should still be back-to-back coverage of who the shooter is and what happened in his life and why was he there and what went wrong and all that. That should be coverage right now. But all you're seeing is you're talking about Kamala. You know what I'm saying? They talking about her making all this money that she got, that people donated. They talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not focusing on that issue. Why? Because we viewers don't fucking care. I mean, that's just really what it comes down to. You're gonna keep watching that goddamn TV, whether they talk about things that you like or things that you don't like. And they know that they can bet on that. It's like gasoline. I can raise the price of gas because you gonna keep getting it. It don't matter how much you can or can't get at a certain given time, you gonna still get it because you got to have it to get where you're going. They don't give a fuck. They know you gotta have it. Your iPhone, motherfucker, you ain't going nowhere. You got this iPhone, you ain't going nowhere. You gonna work with this iPhone for the rest of your capability of being able to pay for this phone and pay for the service on it. This niggas got iPhones, they can't call nobody, but they gotta have that iPhone, right? It's just how they get us, man. I don't want to get too big on a tangent because I do want to move on to something else. Because did you watch this documentary, man? I don't know if niggas has watched this documentary. I think Morgan may have watched it, but I want to move on to the unless y'all got something else to say about the politics, I want to move on to the documentary about the monster Louis C.K. Oh, Louis. I ain't gonna call him Louis no more, man. Louis is a term that I use for people who I like with the name Louis. This nigga name is Louis. Louis. No more Louis. Louis is for Louis Anderson. Shout out to Louis Anderson. Rest in peace, Louis Anderson. Why is my camera not? There we go. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the name of the documentary is Sorry Not Sorry. Now, that should tell you something about it right off the top, right? It's a condescending title. What are they talking about in the comments here? What is going on? Everybody need to watch Network 1976, says Film Age. Talking Turd says Network is a great movie. And then Matt Monk said Family Feud. Yeah, Family Feud. Dirty pervert. Yes, dirty fucking pervert that is Louis C.K. Louis said a lot of crazy things in this documentary. Now, let me just say, I am upset that this documentary is behind a paywall. It is on Showtime, but if you don't have Showtime, which who does, you have to get it off of some other streaming service, which is basically every one of them. I think you can buy it on Hulu. I think you can rent or buy it on Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and I watched it on Apple TV. I rented it. We got to talk about something on this damn show, man. And I don't be knowing what I'm gonna talk about by Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, as of Tuesday, I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, let me go ahead and check this out, man. We are all we all consider ourselves to be familiar with the situation that was.
I don't really, but
well, it happened during the pandemic, and it happened during like or I'd say it blew up during the pandemic, and it probably got swept under the rug with the Weinstein stuff and the Cosby stuff being so prevalent in the news. It didn't really hit everywhere, but it hit. It did hit. He lost a lot of shows. But if you don't know what happened, Louis C.K. was accused of, should I say masturbating? I guess I just did. Louis C.K. was accused of masturbating, pulling his dick out and cranking down in front of women, fellow
His thing out.
comedians, fellow
He
comedians.
said thing. He didn't say D word. He said thing. YouTube, chill out.
That's right. He pulled out his thing and
And
cranked
this
down.
will be monetized.
He cranked down on it hard. And I don't know if y'all know this, but Louis C.K. is a big dude, like Hollywood big. He ain't no little guy. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a woman, most women are of a shorter, or shorter. You know what I mean? So
Okay, he's 6 foot.
six
He's
foot,
6 foot and rotund.
Yeah, and
he's robust and like whatever.
Hollywood tall is what that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah.
He's Hollywood tall. And so, you know, if he's blocking your way out and masturbating in front of you, or if he pulls you to this, like if he grabs you and pulls you to the side and pulls his whack out, then like, yeah, you're going to probably feel like your life is in danger, or that at least you're in danger of being assaulted physically. You know what I mean? One of the ladies who had an I don't want to say interesting to make it seem like to lower the, you know, to not be I want to make sure that we keep this with the gravity that it holds. Because these two guys that you're just showing right there, they did the same thing, and one of them is in jail and the other one's walking around telling jokes. Okay. And so yeah, she said that this dude, they became comfortable with each other, friendly, like they worked together. She had opened for him a couple of times. She did so well that he asked her to go on a tour with her, but she turned it down because he told her the ultimatum was like, you'll have to stay with me in my like for comedians.
Okay, hold on. All right, so
let me finish.
The...
For comedians, they usually, when they ride together, they get put up somewhere by the comedy club, like an apartment, and they'll live together. So like, she was gonna have to do that with him, and before she turned it down, because before this, he asked her if he could masturbate in front of her, and she turned him down. He pressed about it and kept pressing about it. She turned him down. And at first she thought he was just joking because they work together. When I say work together, like they bounce things off of each other. So she thought, oh, well, because this is what his comedy is like, right? So she's thinking maybe we're just bouncing things off. And then it got creepy. That's when he started coming up behind her at the comedy clubs and like grabbing her by the neck and saying, I'm gonna fuck you, and like doing weird shit like that. Like he was doing all of the things that a serial killer or a serial rapist or serial grapist, he's the rapist in this situation, that they would do. This is the type of behavior that they indulge in. And all of his comedy is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, full disclosure, I've never been a fan of Louis C.K. I've always thought that any of y'all who fuck with him were playing yourself. This nigga has a joke about being able to say nigger. Like he thinks okay, guess what? If you fucking with that, you playing yourself, because this motherfucker, he don't actually fuck with black people. The only reason he fucks with black people is because Chris Rock changed his fucking life. That's the only reason he fucks with black people. And the only reason he has a card is because Chris Rock gave him that. But guess what? He wasn't just doing this when he got big and started making money. He used to do this on the Chris Rock show. There's a woman who said that he assaulted her on the Chris Rock show. And yes, guys, let me get the camera. Guys, I'm going to just tell you right now. If you pull your thing out and stroke in front of a woman without her telling you that she wants you to do that, that is SA. That is sexual assault. That is sexual assault. Okay? Quit fucking playing. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, you are assaulting somebody when you do that. And if you don't understand that, motherfucker, you need to evaluate your fucking life before you end up in jail or before somebody end up cutting your wang dangle off. Because that's what some women will do. Okay? I'm just trying to tell you. There's stories of such things. You don't want to run up on a Lorena Bobbitt and then she pop your whole thing off. Also, if you text your thing to somebody, that is also sexual assault. It's a form of it. You know what I'm saying? What just happened here? Did that just for real? $10. $10 from the motherfucking non-nerd yards. That's what's up. That's what's up. You too to contribute. Like I said earlier,
we're open for dollars.
You can make me rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never gonna be rich, but you can make me rich. That's an In Living Color. That's an In Living Color bit. David Allen Greer, fucking hilarious. Lewis Simmons. Just so you know, that's what I keep thinking about every time I say Lewis. That's the reason I got that goddamn "you can make me rich" thing going on in my head.
Okay. But like, tell us from the beginning. Like, what is the documentary? Because the documentary is starting off with because it's behind a paywall.
It's behind a paywall, exactly, which is why I'm mad, because it's not gonna get the viewing that it needs to get. They did that intentionally.
But it's called Sorry Not Sorry.
Exactly, and it refers to that because, well, anyway, at the beginning, like I was saying, old girl lost an opportunity to do more work because he made an ultimatum, like, you'll have to stay with me, you'll have to sleep with me, like, not sleep with him, but you'll have to, stay with me during this tour that she was basically going to do, this trip that they were going to do together, and she would be opening for him. That's a lot of money and a great opportunity for a female comedian who's coming up. And she knew what was going to be the case. He's been telling her he's going to fuck her and saying weird shit to her, trying to get her to let him masturbate in front of her. Like, he's been doing all this the whole time. She turns him down. Guess what happens after that? She's getting no jobs. She's getting no gigs. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's getting blackballed is what she feels. So what does she do? She does nothing. You can't, what can you do? What are you going to go tell somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this dude's being, but let me point this out. If this happened at your job, wherever you are right now, wherever you're watching, if this happened at your job and your boss or your coworker or whatever, somebody walked up to you and said, hey, can I masturbate in front of you? What do you think is going to happen? I'm just saying.
They didn't say masturbate. They said, I don't know.
I mean, exactly. There's not one for it. I can't. I tried. I tried. I thought I was going to say.
They said
that's not. It's even worse.
And they wanted to relieve themselves in front of. I don't know, something.
Hey, he said he wanted to.
I'm just trying to.
He said
get our channel paid.
Oh, you're right. He wanted to crank down in front of her.
Crank down.
And if he is going to say he wants to crank down in front of her, that's not. If you're at work, that's not professional.
I don't think I can even do pleasure himself like that. It's too much.
Yeah, no, that sounds gross. I'm not saying that.
That sounds worse than
that. Sounds wild. Son. You said
that sounds crazier.
More Fifth Bantha said pleasure himself. No, son. First of all, you shouldn't even just type that. You should have a whole sentence to put.
Actually, you should delete that.
Yeah.
You're our moderator? Jesus Christ.
Dude, you gotta get that out.
All of our fucking lives are yellow as hell.
Why are you pouring?
Get it out of here.
Cut that bitch off.
He's not. Same key of E.
We all just have fun over here, but
Yeah,
we gotta laugh so we
keep
don't
going.
cry, right? We gotta laugh so we don't cry
Yeah.
because this story is crazy, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, so then there's another lady, and I'm not saying their names because I didn't remember their names, man. I ain't write down this shit, dog. It's a fucking paywall, and I was working, so it's crazy. Anyway, the next lady, she has an actual experience where he starts cranking down in front of her, and she did a joke where like it was being filmed at some underground comedy club, some comedy club that's not a big comedy club, I should say. And she said, I'm gonna try to tell this joke and without it being incorrect, completely incorrect. I hate telling other people's jokes, but it's pertinent to the conversation. She said, hey, that was fucked up. That was as fucked up as when Louis C.K. I'm gonna say Louis C.K. Danced and then asked me if he could show me his dick and pulled out his dick, and I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy." And then she said, "No, I'm joking. He didn't dance," and I was like, "Oh shit."
Whoa, okay.
These nuts. Hot. Got him.
Who sings that song? I hope you dance.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so she was the first person who actually said something in that kind of publicly like that, but it was, it's a comedy show. She's doing stand up. Nobody's gonna believe, like, people are just gonna be like, oh, she's telling a joke, whatever. But it wasn't until the lady that I was talking about earlier where she was the one.
Leanne Womack.
Okay.
Dance. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're good. But then the first lady that I was talking about, she's the one who everybody is familiar with that put out the information. Like, she did her podcast and talked about it and talked about how she ain't getting no more work and talked about how it really made her feel uncomfortable. And she took it down. Then she later retracted it because people were attacking her on the internet. And it wasn't just men, as you would assume, but it was also women, and it was also other comedians, and it really it tore her up. So she took it down. She tried to make it go away. You just can't just make things like that go away, guys. It really, I mean, you really just can't. You got to stick with it and stay off of the internet if you're ever in one of these types of situations. But at any rate, we move on to another lady who was a comedian as well. And
you gotta turn on your super chats. Make sure you do that next stream. Sorry, because I can't donate.
I'm pretty sure that's on.
No, I just tried. I can't do it. Instead of I have to buy membership into. So
okay.
Just letting you know.
Yeah. Gotta put that. It was on. Now that we're monetized again, probably. Man, they sent me a notice today too, man. I'm gonna talk to you about that later because I'm like, we took all of the bad content off.
Shit, it is later right now because I'm about to. I'm also about to get off, so this is the worst way to talk about things. But anyway.
But yeah. So anyway, the other lady talked about how she basically was not investigated, but she was asking questions at one of these big comedy events. She was asked to do some reporting or whatever. Man, she got kicked out of the comedy show. Like it's a convention or whatever. She got kicked out for asking people about how they felt about Louis. And she would ask people like, how do you feel about Weinstein? They'd be like, oh, it's terrible. And she had, how do you feel about Louis? And they'd be like, well, what? I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, oh, well, it was a very dark, open secret amongst comedians that he does this. he
Why you booing me? I'm right.
he so man, look, this dude gets accused. These more women come out. They start saying, yeah, he did that to me too. He started doing, like, we got people going on the record, you know what I'm saying? Like names and shit. And Louis comes out and he says, yeah, I did it. You think he's gonna come out and say, no, I ain't had nothing to do with none of that. That's crazy. Why the fuck would you think that? Why would I do something like that? He said, no, I did it. It's my thing. I like doing that. I like to, crank down in front of women because I don't like to be alone. So I do it. I crank down. So you're telling me, well, first of all of the community in Hollywood supported this mother. Like, they supported him. Okay. You got a trail, like they got video and video and video after video after video of huge movie stars, people who've never done anything with Louis C.K. saying, hey, why are we going after him? He apologized. He said he does it and it's his thing. He apologized and we can work with that. Matt Damon, Jon Stewart, like Dave Chappelle is in there, and I feel like they went after him because he's the bigger of all of the people. But contextually, if you know about the jokes that he told about it, he was talking more so towards like society. His joke is about society, not about the situation. He was talking about going through a struggle because the lady said that it destroyed her dream to become a comedian going through that issue. And because she was on the phone while he was cranking down and she was upset about it. And he worked with her husband, by the way. He was working with her husband as she was on the phone cranking down. And that one was one of the wilder ones too. But this guy just goes out and admits it, and then everybody acts like it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But he lost everything for 9 months. So he goes away for 9 months. Because I've always said this, there's no such thing as cancel
culture. Sold out Madison Square Garden after he went away, right?
Exactly. He came back, sold out Madison Square Garden.
No such thing as cancer culture. Cancer culture, maybe, but cancel culture does not exist.
Cancel culture at all, though, dog. It doesn't exist because he rented it out on his own. Like, he does everything that Louis C.K. does now at this point is all on his own dime. It costs like $400,000 to rent out Madison Square Garden, and he's not even renting out the entire.
Bro, I'm like at the very least $400,000.
Oh no! They talk about it in the doc. Yeah, it's about $400,000. That's a lot. Plus a comedy special, a good one, will cost you anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 to produce. Yeah. So, yeah, we're talking about almost $1 million to make this.
Like, do everything. Yeah.
And he goes on tour, so he's got to rent out these places on tour as well. He's not gonna get the, what do you call it, Live Nation treatment. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to actually go on the road and do this stuff. So he's like back to being a real stand-up, like back in the day where he's got to go on tour and but he's still making millions of dollars, and he's still in a position to do this to other women. Now, what I can only hope is that this documentary makes it to where nobody messes with him, in a sense of like no women even go on tour with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you had the Sarah Silvermans of the world who were like, I love Louis. He's my friend. Like, and I understand that.
And I gotta admit, I love Sarah Silverman. I do appreciate her.
Yeah, no doubt. She didn't do this. I don't feel bad for anyone who's like, oh, my friend did something stupid and I still love them. Or my friend did this and that. And that's your friend could kill somebody and you could still love them. But you gotta go ahead and acknowledge that your friend is fucking creepy. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta acknowledge that your friend, that's your friend. Okay. We used to say that back in the day. That's your friend. Okay. And that's your friend. If you want to be associated with that mess, with this fool right here, then that's on you. But you cannot go around denying that he has ruined people's lives. He's used his power to keep women from being able to advance in comedy because they have a voice. If they get big as him and then they say something. And then I can't remember the lady who he gave a show to during this time period. He gives a show to this one comedian lady. I can't remember her name, but she even comes out and speaks against him because she's like, yeah, he was basically displaying this type of behavior on set while I was doing my show. And she kind of felt like he was only giving her a show to make it to where it was taking attention away from him, like giving him this. I didn't even know he had this kind of persona in the media, but they were talking about how he had like a feminist presence. Like people considered him.
It's only $1 to become a member of the Drunk Banthas podcast, and it costs no dollars extra to, just to donate $1 or whatever to the Nerds at Night.
Yeah, if you got it like
or
that,
whatever.
you got it like that.
Yeah, we're just trying to, but actually, the most important thing that you could do is make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Like, subscribe, share, do whatever you want.
Wait, it's
you know
over
what I
here
mean?
now.
Just get all of these motherfuckers.
It's over here now, I think.
Get all of
On
it.
YouTube.
All of that. No, you're getting it. Yeah, you're clicking on that motherfucker. I think when it says like, if we say like and subscribe, and YouTube picks that up, it glows on people's phones. So that's pretty cool.
What? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's like, do it.
Do it. Like, for real though, help us out, man. Like, it takes a lot to go through all this stuff that we cover on Mondays, 8 p.m. Pacific time, and on Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. You know, it goes down. But yeah, man, this documentary is a very sad telling of a
5
story.
memberships right now
Hey,
to the Drunk Banthas. So I became a membership, and I just gifted 5 memberships.
Who'd you gift them to, or did it give you?
It just says I just gifted them. I have no idea who I'm gifting them to. You, I guess. I have no idea.
I have no idea how that
To
works.
us.
Shout out to
the Penny. Penny
it.
appreciates it.
Penny,
we got.
You want a gift? You want some?
Yeah.
You want some?
She's like, oh, so happy. You see how happy Penny is when you
want to join the membership? Did you join?
You see how happy producer Penny is?
You got it. That's what I'm talking about. Tell them about the membership. Yeah, you got it.
You have to. You
High five?
have to gift a membership.
High five. Psst, there we go. Good girl. All right.
Tail wagon.
If you get a membership, I can keep feeding this dog. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Oh God. You don't want to see her die?
You don't want to see Penny.
I'm gonna call PETA if y'all don't subscribe, man. This is crazy. Because a lot of y'all really watch and don't subscribe. But you know what? I don't say that really. I don't even talk about that. You know why? Because I do the same thing. I watch YouTube and I
Can
don't
you back up? Can you back up a little bit? Because you're like right in my face. Oh yeah. I forgot that you have the
I can do it.
Telekinesis or whatever. The fuck.
You're like,
oh, it won't do it. Yeah, okay.
It gets confused with my other hand. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Louis C.K., man, he's getting away with the same thing. So basically what I came to the conclusion of is if you believe that Weinstein should be in prison, then this dude should be in prison because they did the same thing. But if you believe, dramatics. But if you believe that, hold on, back up. Who's running this? Back up.
There it is. Okay. Yeah.
If you believe that Weinstein should be in prison, then this dude should be in prison. Or you believe that Weinstein shouldn't be in prison, then this guy shouldn't be in prison. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way that you can really feel about this, is that, like, if the world is being fair, you know what I'm saying? If Louis C.K. can walk around, then why is Weinstein not walking around? Like, these dudes did the same thing, man. We have audio of Weinstein asking a lady, I can't remember who it was, if he can crank down in front of her. He's literally blocking the door. She's like, why are you blocking the door? No, no. And he's like, no, can I just please? Allegedly, he's actually got his chicharron. He's got his fucking, his churro out. And he's like cranking down on his churro while he's asking her if he can. Like, hey, can you just stay 1 second? Just wait. Just give me 1 minute. Like, come on, dog. Like, come on, man. This is the same thing that this dude was doing. He's
Matt Monk. He
wagged his tail. I like that one.
So never mind.
I'm gonna have to go back and read a lot of these comments, man. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who's watching, and I also want to say thank you to everybody who's commenting, man. Y'all are killing the comments right now. I can't even keep up. Nine is having to keep it going on the comments because I'm like way behind. It's a small typing for me. It's far away from me. The camera's far away from me. That's why I got to be able to do this right here. You know what I'm saying? It's got to wait a minute. Come on now. I have to do this because I have very little, room over here. Yeah, it's the camera's far away, and I can't.
Producer Penny needs her room too.
She does. She's got her own camera. She's got her own room over there. You good? Hey, Penny, you good? Everything's good.
Yeah, she's good. She's like, why are you waking me up when I'm not needed? Actually,
she just wants to. She's like, just pet me. Quit waking me up.
Yeah.
But
Penny.
I really appreciate y'all commenting, dog, because like for real, it really keeps I like to say it keeps morale up. You know what I mean? Like the chat is a community, and it's always good to have good morale in the community. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we out there in the chat disagreeing, but sometimes we often disagreeing, but it's good to be able to communicate and express yourself without being judged. Ain't nobody judging. But sometimes you're wrong as hell. And if you're wrong, I'm gonna say you're wrong now.
Yeah.
But I still love you. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all of y'all for real.
We have a higher threshold for most people of the confrontation that we are willing to put up with, and I think that should be appreciated. Come talk shit, and we will, at the end of the day, mostly appreciate it.
Mostly
talk shit. Mostly. For the most part, yes. Penny too.
Is there anything else I want to say about this documentary? All I will say about this documentary is, one other thing I want to say is, he basically, like, they show all these jokes that he definitely has acted out in real life, right? He's admitted this. This is not allegedly. Like everything that we're talking about, he said that he did, right? But he talks about so many things in his show and in his stand-up that you have to question, like, is he safe to be around his kids? Like, yeah, he's got kids. That's one of the things people talk about. He's got kids. Do you think his kids should hear these types of things? Should he do these types of things? These women are somebody's children as well. So should they be subjected to his stuff and he just be allowed to go around acting like this because he's got kids? That's just a ridiculous notion. And they don't seem to want to focus on that outside this documentary. No one seems to want to focus on that, man. And there's a scene, there's an episode of his television show where Lewis is like holding, I think it's his ex-wife or somebody. He's like holding them, trying to keep her from leaving. And he's like, let's have sex. And he like tries to kiss her. And then he like tries to pull her to the bedroom as she fights him away. And she tells him, you're not even good at vape. Like, you're not even good at grape. Like, so he tried, they're telling you he tried to grape this woman in the television show, in the scene that you watch. And like, I mean, I'm just telling you, if women, if you think it's crazy that women don't talk about these things when they happen, women didn't talk. Just think about it like this. They weren't talking about this when it happened. What makes you think that somebody's going to talk about being vaped by Louis C.K.? You know what I mean? Like, he talks about child abuse in his stand-up. It's funny. Who said he's not funny? I didn't say he's not funny. I've always liked him because the jokes that he tells are the types of jokes that guys who end up in jail for touching children, guys who end up in jail for, attacking women when they walking out of a job late at night. This is the type of jokes that these types of people tell. How do I know? Because I've lived a crazy life and been around crazy, terrible people.
Matt Monk says he's not creative, he's just talking from experience. And then Talking Kurt says a lot of comedy comes from experience. Exactly. So, like, kind of jumping off of what you're talking about, too. Do you feel as if that there then is, like, with his whole documentary, he sold out Madison Square Garden, that there is a way back? And before I say this, I will tell you that, like, my experience with Louis C.K. was from the show on FX, Louis. I did not really have, like, an aspect of his comedy specials or his stand-up. It was from his show that, like, I actually got hold of him.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was
funny.
Pretty good to me. It was a really good show.
Let me ask you why you like the show, because because I know why I liked what parts of it I liked. I know why, but I'm curious as to why you liked it.
I thought it was very, like, different and introspective, and, like, it had, I think, excuse me if I'm wrong, but, like, that show was on FX, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think with FX, they have a way of, like, presenting their shows and, like, shooting their shows where it doesn't even have, like, everything kind of works together. Not just the comedy, but, like, just the presentation of the comedy also like fits. And the show Louis, I haven't even watched all of the seasons, but I remember getting hooked on one of the episodes where it was just like a flashback to his childhood, where he was like, he stole some, like, scales from, like, the science teacher or something at a school. And it was just, like, not even, like, I can't even say it's a funny episode, but it was just, like, a good episode of television. And I thought that was, like, really interesting. So his stand-up comedy is not, like, one of his biggest aspects, or, like, something that I'm very familiar with.
You.
Yeah, to me.
Because he was a huge stand-up comedian before he got this show. It was actually his second show about him and his family and his life as a comedian. This first one was on HBO, and it was terrible.
Oh yeah.
It might not be on there anymore because in light of the conversation that we're having, but you probably find it on YouTube. Yeah, he had another show before this that's very similar, basically, except it was 3-camera sitcom type instead of being filmed the way he filmed it, which I think makes the biggest difference.
It's called Lucky Louie.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Film Age says, yeah, Louis was in my top 5 series of all time. And I'm not mad at that. And this is the thing. I'm glad you just mentioned that. Like, I am one of the biggest proponents for separating the artists from their real life. It's just that this guy bled his real life, his art into his real life, which makes it untenable. Like, I cannot support that. I think Matt Monk he says terrible. I think he's talking about Lucky Louie. I think he's seen it as well. It is a terrible, terrible, terrible.
I've never seen this show, but like, it's funny because like this kind of looks like the aesthetic of Louis. Maybe like even if you like take away Louis from this, right? It kind of has that same aesthetic of like FX's Louis.
Yeah.
Show.
I'm telling you,
it was kind of like refined, right?
Yeah, they just took this. They said, "Hey, Louis, we like what you were doing. It was a bad show, but what if we give you more control, and we'll give you a bigger budget, and we'll let you do what you want to do?" Yeah. And that's what happened. You have to, like, in any type of art, especially if you're good, you have to have the ability to have complete control, to be able to express yourself completely, like truly express yourself without having like, oh, the studio telling you can't do this and that. Louis was the first Atlanta, Louis show, the fucking FX show. That show is supposed to be uncomfortable. You're supposed to be uncomfortable, which is what I love about comedy. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. Everything that this dude did in that show is hilarious, except for what I saw in this documentary. I've never watched all the seasons. And that vape scene, that shit was disgusting to me. And I don't know if I don't know if you can find it on YouTube or nothing, but that scene was disgusting to me. And
if it's disgusting, I probably can't find it on YouTube.
Well, no, it's not like that. You just have to see it, I guess. And like, I think that if you're watching this show in the middle, it probably doesn't even register you to how bad and effed up it is until after you probably watch it like a second time or something. What was this? Oh.
This is a show from the...
Why don't you answer me?
Because I'm bored is a useless thing to say. I mean, you live in a great, big, vast world that you've seen none percent of. And even the inside of your own mind is endless. It goes on forever inwardly. Do you understand?
No, they don't understand.
Alive is amazing. So you don't get to be bored. When you say, I'm bored,
it's like just so many dumb little moments like that. Oh God, yes. We have another player entering the scene. And his I think that it was filmed in Toronto. He came to a restaurant that I worked at when I was living there. Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. They probably did. It's cheaper to film in Toronto, and it's easy to make it look like New York.
A lot of shit, like Vancouver, Toronto, like you guys. It must be like a tax thing.
It's not a tax thing. It's a salary thing, and you can go to Canada and get cheaper crew than you can here in the United States. It does have to do with taxes and all that stuff, but it's a little deeper than just taxes. But so yeah, you're absolutely right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the scene. I'm trying not to say what I'm typing because it will, like, I might be able to type it in the YouTube, but what was the show called? Just Louie?
It was Lucky Louie.
No, the FX one.
Oh yeah, just Louie is the FX one. But yeah, I've heard a lot about like how people shoot in Toronto, Vancouver, and I think like even when we were talking about Shogun, Japanese landscape, that was actually filmed mostly in Canada.
Yep. I mean, basically all of it, and then the rest of it was all.
People were pissed. Talking to
find this scene, dude.
Talking Third said Toronto is cheaper to rent than American cities and can pass as Chicago or New York. Suicide Squad was filmed there. Yeah, I completely can understand
What
that.
happened to my camera?
Yeah. But like I guess like it's the reason why. Why is Toronto? Because Toronto is an expensive city to even just live in, to exist in. So
oh, wrong button. I got a doorbell ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is just like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Sometimes people just pop up on us. 1 second, let me grab the door.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Verified lover boy.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. All the way from San Diego, California.
Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con 2024.
Yeah, all the way from my
so
favorite
dope.
city in the world. It's Producer T.
Producer versus producer here.
Nine is
I may not be cute as Producer P, but I definitely get way more work done.
There you go. Yeah, no, that's actually a fact.
Debatable. She's working right now. Producer P.
Me and Alex have been talking.
I mean,
woo, Producer P working hard right now.
That, but
no, she's right.
She's got the microphone too.
No, first of all,
ready.
Knock the microphone over. Won't talk, and then also she's been doing this for years. Go back and check out all the Drunk Banthas podcasts.
She's falling asleep right now.
Never done a damn thing, and we still pay her. Right somehow she's still getting paid. We fired her twice. Hey, don't you get excited, okay? We fired you twice. You're lucky to be here. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of upsetting sometimes, but this is what she does. She knows she's in trouble. She doesn't care. This is like I don't know if y'all used to watch John Oliver at the beginning of John Oliver, but they had this lady called Sharon. They used to talk about Sharon, and they used to talk crazy about her. That's Sharon right there. She don't do nothing, and she talks shit most of the time. She also peed on the couch the other day, but it's leather, so didn't mess it up, but it was disgusting. But yeah, Producer P don't do shit. Producer T, on the other hand, woo, he be killing it. You're gonna see some Comic-Con content coming up here soon.
Yeah, his phone greasy. That's how you can see how long he's been working. He's been working hard. He's been working hard as hell.
You're using your thumb.
Greasy ass phone.
Yeah, you can't use your Jollibee fingers. You gotta use the shirt.
Right. Yeah. What is that? Oops. But I just wanted to stop in and say, what's up?
Oh, you got to take over for me, actually, because
no, I'm about to.
Just like a little.
Yeah, no, we're not about to stay here too much longer. I didn't want to say that because I don't want people to leave. But
I just want to say, from one of the shows that we talked to, I just met Bo DeMaio. I just want to rub that in y'all's faces.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I met the man, Bo DeMaio.
Beefcake Bo DeMaio.
Picture with him.
Of the X-Men fame?
I'm taller than him. I am taller.
What?
Yeah.
How the fuck is that possible?
Because
look at the picture. Look at the
That's
picture.
hilarious.
that's awesome. Did you get the interview?
Wait, hold on. You said
He said we need to hit him up on Twitter next month, and he should be good to go.
Well, the Nerds at Night is up on Twitter. The Drunk Banthas is up on Twitter. I already follow him on both.
Wait, you sent the picture on Instagram or what, Terry?
If you want to go ahead and show that to the people. But we got Bo, we got Guy, who is the voice of Sunspot, and we also I found one of the only probably black writers that are on Family Guy. He'll be
or like I don't know if you guys are tall, like you're taller than him. You guys are the same height, which I'm very like surprised about because
I mean,
the people don't know in real life, Producer T is short.
We could have told everybody
he's the short king. Producer
T told everybody you were 6'4" and that Bo DeMaio's 6'4". Nobody would have known.
Nobody would know.
You just say he's shorter than me.
Dude, that's amazing. And you're wearing the Paramount pass? Dude, do you know the grief that Paramount puts us through?
Seriously.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, we need to get a Universal pass because that's who really is fucking
me. Universal fucks everybody over.
Universal is fucking me in the asshole right now.
And also, Universal doesn't go to these things. And
Universal
does not give a fuck about creators.
You didn't even promote Polite Society, Universal. What you mad at me for?
Universal is weird as shit.
It wasn't even in for 27 theaters, man. What are you mad at me for?
They only give a fuck about Transformers. But dude, anyway, this is you and Bo DeMaio. We're going to interview Bo DeMaio of X-Men.
Oh yeah, we're going to interview Bo DeMaio. First of all, we're one of 3 black platforms that cover nerd shit that are actually talking about X-Men on a week-to-week basis. So you got to come through Bo DeMaio. You got one of 3 places to go and show the love. You can't go to these other ones, show them love first. You got to come over here and show us love first. I think you should go on a tour because I do believe you're still working for Disney. I still think you're going to get that bag. I just don't believe the news, man. I just don't believe it.
Right, he didn't drop 2. It was a diversity. It was just a diversity panel. It wasn't about X-Men at all. It was just working in the industry.
He's wearing that fucking X-Men shirt though.
No, that's interesting.
He's wearing that X-Men shirt
because
I am Bo DeMaio of X-Men,
which was cool because the panel itself was only half full, and I guess people saw the title of the panel and didn't bother reading who the guests were, because I'm pretty sure if they would have known that it was Bo DeMaio was one of the panelists, it probably would have been even a more full panel.
We want to get the scoop. We need to get the scoop.
I know that D word scares people from cons. They're like, I don't want to hear this woke shit.
It does.
Absolutely right about that. I think you're absolutely right about that because it was a kind of a divisive series, really. I mean, when you think about it, people went way right on a lot of stuff when it came to this show. So yeah. But yeah, man, I got so much to say because I do think that he's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's gonna still be working for Disney. I think he's working on other projects. I think they put him in that diversity conversation so he doesn't have to talk about X-Men. He doesn't have to talk about these things.
He talked about X-Men a lot, but not in the gossipy way we wanted to hear about it. It was just informative. It was a good panel about diversity, and they had a lot of other good panelists on there. They had the lady who I never knew it was a black woman that created Quantum Leap, the original.
Wow, I didn't know that. I found out 3-4 years ago that it was a black woman who did Terminator and Matrix, and it's all one book. So yeah, I'm glad that it's coming. More of these things are coming out, man. Because and it's interesting that it's always black women that is we don't hear. We be finding out who did that, who created. Oh, it was a black woman. Oh, we just didn't want to talk about that because it's
One of
like,
these was a black woman. What? God is here.
and shout out, and look, we got a black woman that's about to be president, or hopefully about to be president, right? So it's good that all this stuff is like coming out at one time. Like we need to be celebrating this a lot more. It needs to be at the forefront. So I'm glad that it's coming out down there at the Comic Cons. What's going on tomorrow down there?
I know the boys panel is like at 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I'm gonna make that. Like I would have to line up around like 8 or so to try to get in. Yeah, it's a hall H-er, and it's just like that's not gonna happen.
Or look, check and see if anybody from Warrior is there.
I have been. I went to an earlier panel thinking maybe I might catch somebody. It was Asian women in film, but none of them were in Warrior. I was like, damn it, none of them.
Well, no, so Olivia Chang might be down there tomorrow. Then I gotta check Instagram. You know, I have to check Instagram to see what's up. But I know a couple of the people that I actually personally know, they're in Dublin. And Brett Chan, shout out to Brett Chan. He's the one who got nominated for an Emmy. Well, he's a part of the team that got nominated for the Emmy for best fight coordinators or fight scenes, fight coordination, stunt coordination. That's what it is, stunt coordinator. So shout out to them. Hopefully we get them on an interview here soon. But yeah, man, you down there getting it in, man. That's just dope, man. I saw you talking to Michael Clyett, and
shout out Michael Clyett, another friend of the show and Emmy nominee.
Emmy nominee. We did it first. You heard it here first.
He'll want to come back. Because he was talking to me in front of his wife, and he was like, I did like 50 interviews so far. And he was like, you guys was my favorite. It was like the most fun I've had. So I was like, well, you can come back when you win, because we know you're gonna win. So we'll interview you again.
Absolutely. And he can come back anytime.
That's how I talked to the we also got the composer for Gen V and the boys to come on. We've never had a composer come on.
Never had a composer, and I'm a musician, so you know I'm really wanting that one, because I really want. I've done some score, but yeah, man, like composing is like a different thing. That's a whole another level.
So he was on the same panel with Michael, and I was like, Michael just got an Emmy nom after coming on our show, and then we had some people from Warrior come on, and they got the Emmy nom. So I'm just gonna let you know, man. If you want to come on the show, we're pretty lucky.
Yeah, we got that juju. We got that juju, man. You know what I mean? Like, man, I can't even talk about it. We did an interview on the Drunk Bantha's channel with I think it's on Nerds at Night too. We did an interview with someone, and that someone has is on a show now that's filming that will be back out soon. So that's all I can say, because I can't really say too much, journalistic integrity and whatnot, but we gonna have them back on the show too. Like this is what we do over here as well. Other than just doing these podcasts, we interview, and we do another show called Does It Hold Up, where we talk about old movies, genre films, and see whether or not they stand the test of time. You can't trust Rotten Tomatoes all the time. You know what I mean? They be right about some stuff, but can't trust them all the time. So we put it to the test. Does it hold up? So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up with that one. We're gonna be recording Cutthroat Island here in a few weeks. Man, I can't wait to do that one with Ava Seha. Shout out to Ava. I don't know if you're watching right now, but you know what I'm saying. If you might be watching later, so shout out to you. But yeah, man, got a lot of stuff coming, man. This is dope.
It's only day one of the con, and that's the people I've talked to so far of just day one of the con. We got a couple more days and lots more people to start bringing on the show. But with that said, I got like 5% on my phone, and I'm hungry. My crazy burger has gotten here. I'm about to eat a camel burger. That has a camel burger. Got that shit. I'm about to eat that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here too. Thanks for dropping by, dog. It was dope. We hopefully get some of that content and we can get a video chopped up for the show on Monday. We'll play a little bit of what you've been doing, some of those experiences, get it out on the show. And if not, we'll get it on next Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the Bantha Bunch show. Shout out to y'all. You want to tell everybody? Well, no, everybody check them out at T-Pins on Instagram, on everything. You can find
just follow us up at Nerds at Night, because I'm trying to put more of the highlights and stuff on our actual Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram nerds_at night. Go check it out because it's going down over there right now. This is the Bantha Bunch show, man. I'm your boy Bill, your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, and your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Shout out to Heavy Spoilers. It's going down. It's another effing podcast. Don't crank down in front of people who don't want it. I love y'all. Stay safe. Oh, am I supposed to hit this thing? Yeah, I'm supposed to do this.